Blue Pants Brewery Wee Heavy Ale, aged in Buffalo Trace and Prichards rum barrels. Before we start the episode, I want to give a huge shout out to our first sponsor, Wish You Were Beer. This is Huntsville, Alabama's premier craft beer bar. It's located in the heart of Huntsville at Campus 805, where Brewers Row is, as they call it. Wish You Were Beer is a beautifully curated craft bar with live music, events, beautiful outdoor patio space, high ceilings, spacious, very, very chill spot to go with a wonderful selection. So, thank you, Wish You Were Beer. We have a very special episode for you today. We're going to be featuring the owner of Wish You Were Beer, Damon Eubanks, and also Douglas Tibbs, the head brewer operations manager of Blue Pants Brewery. We're going to sit down, taste the beer, talk about the beer, let the love flow.
So it'd probably be better if you talk to me so I can answer and you can edit all that out.
What is your name?
My name's Doug Tibbs.
What is your profession?
I'm the head brewer operations manager at Blue Pants Brewery in Madison.
What's your name? What's your name, David?
Damon Eubanks.
Your name is What's your affiliation with Wish You Were Beer?
I'm the owner and general manager of Wish You Were Beer. We have two locations. There's one at Campus 805. The other one, the original location, is out on Highway 72 in Madison. More or less worked in the beer business in the Huntsville area for about 10 years, a little over 10 years now. I've been a craft beer enthusiast for probably 20.
Right on. That's what she said. Orange? All right, yeah, we're live. We're doing it.
I do.
Oh, that must be mine.
So a double barrel Wee Heavy from Blue Pants. Cheers.
Buffalo Trace to Prichards rum. It's pretty hard. Burnt sugars, molasses.
I don't know about you, but I get a lot of the molasses on the nose, a lot of the rum on the nose, but on the palate,
rum.
I feel the bourbon.
You feel it. You definitely
right?
feel
Like
it. It's definitely warming.
warmth. Yeah, exactly. The
A
warmth
little bit
of
of
it.
dried fruit,
Yeah.
but it's definitely warming.
Vanilla,
but without being
caramel.
hot, just straight hot.
No, it's not hot. And there's a lot of room for heat when you're doing barrel aging with previously used whiskey or rum barrels. So they did it really well. Doug did an excellent job. This is like, there's a bourbon called Angel's Envy that does a similar idea where you age it in a primary barrel, like Buffalo Trace, so you age it in a new charred barrel,
Right.
and they finish it in a port barrel. And this is very similar, right?
Right.
So the bulk of your aging is in the Buffalo Trace, right? You said 4
Correct.
months?
Yep.
And then you finish it for 45 days
Yeah.
in the Prichards?
It was pretty slow age.
Getting a bit of honey in there
So-
that's been like caramelized.
So that's gonna come. It's funny you say that. I'm not gonna relinquish the recipe, but there is a little something in there.
Honey malt?
No. Nope. And if it was, I wouldn't say it. But no, there's a little something in there. We actually boiled this for 2 hours, so there is some caramelization to get to gravity based on our brew house.
So for the
setup.
viewers who don't know,
So,
most of the time 60 minutes is kind of an average, 60-ish.
solid hour is gonna get rid of any of your bacteria. It's gonna pasteurize. It's gonna
Get all the Maillard reactions that you want, the caramelization
Right.
you want.
So
So
this-
that extra long.
yeah,
That's
this is a solid hour
wonderful.
of caramelization essentially. And there's a little something in there, but
banana too. It's got banana. That's beautiful, man.
and banana and rums, you know.
Banana and rum, yeah, exactly. So you see, the temperature has been
get that.
changing the whole time.
I get that too.
You see that? So in the beginning when we first poured it, it was at this temperature. But when it hit the room temperature glasses, it dropped. And we've been holding it and swirling it, it's been dropping further. So more of these volatile compounds are starting to jump out.
It's fucking
And you
nuts.
see the layers of what this actually is.
What are you doing?
Well, we have some more here too. There's probably not much
I've been
sediment,
busy
right?
drinking.
I don't think there's too much.
It's a little bit, but
A little cloud. That's just protein, baby.
That's a good drinking beer right there.
And so the further this gets into the higher temperatures, you're gonna get more of the warmth of it. In addition to all the esters and phenols that, you know, again, the banana and the honey.
The honey is show playing right now.
I know that's beautiful because you would never expect from a wee heavy that's barrel aged to have honey, but that's the layers of beer, especially really well made beer like Doug put together here.
Bottles, you're looking at, you know, we've got probably 1 5-gallon keg left in existence of this, and there's no bottles left at the brewery, so it's pretty limited.
You can't get this.
No, you won't.
You
ever.
can look at it, but
Yeah.
you can't buy it. Sorry.
Unfortunately,
The
some
rest of
people-
it is in our bellies.
Yeah, it's
the end.
the first beer he was gonna show out. It's unfortunate you don't have a bottle.
Damon may have a bottle actually.
I actually do.
Go get it. It's worth it.
Oh, it's that kind of party.
Shout out to a broken.
Okay, yeah,
broken hero.
let's open it, yeah. Eric Krieger.
Eric Krieger.
That wonderful photo of him.
He's a good friend of ours. A great brewer. And he's still with us. It sounds like I'm talking about somebody
He's
here.
not dead.
He's not
He did not die.
He's still alive.
He's still with us. He's still a great friend, and he's still a great brewer. And started a great brewery here, and we're gonna try one of
We're gonna toast
numbers too.
Toast to Craig.
This is the Dark Matter, which is a Belgian strong dark ale, aged in George Dickel whiskey barrels. So I'm gonna force some head.
Look at that. That's a properly carved cold beer.
Cold beer.
Excellent.
With a emphasis on cold, so it's gonna taste a certain way and
It
smell a
is.
certain way starting off. But we're gonna let it warm up and, you know, swirl it. When you put your hand under it, you swirl it. It's a great way to increase the temperature quickly.
And this is starting out at about 50 degrees, 50, 51.
This
somewhere
one's
in there.
colder
It's about
than
where
the
I got
last
the cooler
round.
set. So
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a little cold. We had the other bottle sitting out for probably 10 minutes or so before 10, 15 minutes. So this one will be a little cooler, but still, I think at an appropriate temperature.
And that's key, like letting it sit out for a bit and letting it come to the proper temperature so you can taste the spectrum of what it has to offer. It's super
Bubbling up.
important.
It's excited.
This
Happy to
doesn't
be
even
here.
say the kind of beer it is. It's a quad.
It's a quad, Dark Matter is a,
Dark
it's
Matter.
a quad
Okay.
that this one is aged in George Dickel barrels.
Okay.
So I can already tell that it's kind of closed right now from the temperature.
Yeah, that's gonna do
The
it.
nose isn't, so again, you want to hold it with your hands, swirl it, so you expose the surface of the liquid to the heat of your hands.
It's full of shit.
But it works. It works.
I like mine with an ice cube.
I get some licorice, black licorice from this. I mean, you can tell this is a Belgian beer. The
Yeah, it's-
yeast is so
Yeah, it's
characteristic.
very characteristic. The yeast it's a very distinctly
So it's
Belgian, very
It's a pretty rich beer, dark fruits. You get a little bit of spice, but most of it is it's almost muscadine
Yeah, grape and like dates and
plum.
like plums,
Yeah.
raisin, dried dark fruit.
Very purple. If you
Coming up more as it warms up.
if you can taste purple out there.
You can definitely taste
Tastes
purple.
But it's very purple.
I think the barrel is coming through more and more, man.
Yeah.
Really, it's going to warm up, and
Yeah.
you're going to get more of the
On
warmth.
the nose.
So I
I'm
get
getting it on the nose
I've
now.
gotten oak.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got the oak. I just wanted the burn.
Thanks again to Damon and Doug. We had a lot of fun filming that episode. If you enjoyed it, subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Cheers.